Are you curious about what secrets the universe holds about your life's journey? Have you ever considered the existence of a place that contains the complete record of every living being's experiences and knowledge, past and present? The Akashic Records is a mystical concept that is believed to contain a vast collection of this information, holding within it the key to unlock the deepest mysteries of the universe. It is suggested that this cosmic archive is not located in a physical place, but instead exists on a higher plane of consciousness, accessible to anyone who seeks to connect with it. It is believed to be a non-physical, intangible aspect of the universe, where every event and detail is recorded, comprising all information and knowledge in the cosmos. The Akashic Record is thought to be a symbolic representation of the fact that every thought ever conceived exists, and is considered the collective consciousness of all existence. The primary objective of exploring your Akashic Records is not to receive instructions on how to live your life or what decisions to make, but to offer you the necessary knowledge, wisdom, and information to expand your viewpoint and enable you to make more beneficial choices. The origins of the Akashic Records concept can be traced back to ancient Sanskrit texts. The term Akashic is derived from the Sanskrit word Akasha, which translates to space, sky, or ether. This word is deeply rooted in Indian culture and was originally used to describe the upper sky or ether. Ether in this context is a celestial substance that filled the universe beyond the terrestrial realm. The concept of Akasha was later introduced to Western culture by Helena Blavatsky, co-founder of the Theosophical Society, in the mid-1800s. The Akashic Records have been given various names, such as the Hall of Records, the Library of Light, the Mind of God, and God's Remembrance. These names reflect different interpretations of what the Akashic Records are and what they represent. At their core, the Akashic Records are believed to contain the collective knowledge and experiences of all beings throughout history, encompassing not only the past and present, but also potential future events and possibilities. Advocates of the Akashic Records concept suggest that the existence of this database is hinted at even in the Christian tradition. For example, in Revelation 20:12, the Apostle John describes a vision of the dead standing before God and the opening of books, as well as a separate book of life, which is used to judge the dead based on their works. Some proponents of the Akashic Records theory suggest that the Book of Life referred to in this passage is another name for the Akashic Records, further reinforcing the idea that the concept of the Akashic Records has roots in a variety of spiritual and religious traditions. In spiritual beliefs, the Akashic Record is known as the Book of Life for an individual, containing every thought, word, intent, emotion, and deed of that soul from the time it leaves its point of origin until the end of time. This field also holds the deepest meanings and connections between each piece of information, plus the soul's purpose, callings, talents, and lessons. The information in each soul record becomes available through a unique frequency, like a fingerprint encoded into the universe's energies. The Akashic Records are the energetic recordings of an individual's soul journey since their beginning, encompassing everything about them, within them, and around them. This special field of energy permeates an individual's entire being, and it is not something separate from them, but an integral part of them. The Akashic Records are constantly updated to reflect an individual's changes, healing, and growth. The records hold an infinite amount of information, and exploring them can provide endless insights about an individual and their relationships with others. So how can one access the Akashic Records? Well, according to some spiritual teachers and practitioners, the Akashic Records can be accessed through meditation, deep relaxation, or other altered states of consciousness. Here are some general guidelines you can follow. The first step is to set an intention. Before attempting to access the Akashic Records, it is important to have a clear intention for what you want to learn or discover. This could be a question you have about your life purpose, relationships, or spiritual journey. Then you have to enter a meditative state. You can use any technique that helps you relax and quiet your mind, such as deep breathing, visualization, or chanting. The goal is to reach a state of expanded awareness where you can access higher levels of consciousness. The next step is to ask for permission. Some people believe that the Akashic Records are guarded by spiritual guides or protectors who require your respect and permission to access them. You can ask for permission to enter the Akashic Records and for guidance and protection during your journey. Once you feel connected to the Akashic Records, focus on your intention and allow the information to come to you. You may receive insights, images, symbols, or words that provide answers or guidance. And finally, at the end of the session when you feel ready, thank your spiritual guides and the Akashic Records for the experience, and slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body. But is there any proof of the existence of the Akashic Records? There is no tangible way to prove the existence of the Akashic Records, as it cannot be perceived by the physical senses or measured by current material definitions of proof. According to modern-day understandings of what qualifies as proof, the existence of the Akashic Records is limited. As Nikola Tesla once said, "The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence." Moving on, Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, was a highly influential psychic of the 20th century. He believed that the Akashic Records are like the universe supercomputer, a central storage facility for all information. They are a field of energy that holds the knowledge of all things, past, present, and future, and they are present everywhere simultaneously. The Akashic Records are similar to the modern Wi-Fi network in that they are invisible yet ever-present. Accessing them requires tuning one's consciousness into the correct frequency, similar to how accessing the limitless information available on the internet requires accessing a Wi-Fi network. However, there is no physical way to prove the existence of the Akashic Records. In conclusion, exploring the vast knowledge and wisdom of the Akashic Records may unlock mysteries of the past, provide clarity in the present, and offer guidance for the future, making it a fascinating and empowering tool for those seeking to expand their understanding of the universe and their place in it. Remember, while the existence of the Akashic Records cannot be proven in a material sense, the power of this concept lies in its ability to expand our understanding of the world beyond what we can see and touch.